And welcome everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day here in Norwich. If you'd like to say hi in the chat, just let us know where you are, what it's like where you are. And yeah, I've got a whole hour together, which I'm really looking forward to. So we're going to start off by just doing a good old check-in. So you can do this standing, sitting, lying down. And I'm just going to scan from the top to the bottom. Just notice how you are today. So once you said hi in the chat, just coming into your body. And just, we're going to scan from the top of the head all the way to the toes. And just notice how you are today. Are there any areas that are feeling like you're holding on? Any areas feeling a bit achy or tight? Good. And now we're going to do our quick check-in with our 3 burners. So first of all, placing your hands over or taking your mind to your lower burner, which is just below your navel. Just tuning in here, notice how it feels today. And then come higher up above your navel. And this is your middle burner. And then bring your hands, your mind to the top of your chest, over your heart and your lungs. Just notice how that is today. Good. Okay, so how is everybody? Oh, nice. Nice to see you all in the chat. From Rome, Germany, Cumbria, The Hague. Wow. So let's just check in, see what most people are feeling today. Which burner would you want to work on most today? Let's just do a quick poll just to see what happened for you guys. Oh, lovely. So we've got Basti on the chat today. So if anything comes up for you, if you have any questions, Basti's there. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the middle burner. Okay, finally. Okay, good. Got somebody for the lower burner. Yeah, definitely. By far, the middle burner is the one that people want to work on most today. Just behind that is the upper, and then we've got the lower burner at the bottom. Okay, so let's get moving. Hi, Catherine from Vienna. Let's get moving. Let's start to get. Let's try and see if we can make any changes between now and the end of the class. So I love to start with a bit of shaking, getting things, getting energy moving. So you can do this like sitting down or holding onto a wall or a chair if you're doing it standing up. Because we're going to put all your attention into one leg, all your focus going down through one leg as if you're rooting down to the ground. So you're very balanced. And the other leg, you're going to pick it up and we're going to start to shake out the toes. Start to create space here. Space between your toes and in the ankle. And then bringing your attention higher up into the lower leg. As if you're shaking off your calf muscle, creating space in between the bones there. Coming up into your knee, up into your upper leg. These big muscles all around here, the front and the back. Just really giving it a good shake. Good. And then you can come up into your hip joint. So one way to do that is to bring your knee up to your chest. Just trying to create space. And then across your hips. Losing my balance. See if you can get a bit of a stretch on the outside here. And then bring your leg out to create space on the inside. Good. And now, I don't know why I'm losing my balance today. Bring your knee up. Your foot to the back. I'm just going to see if we can create more space in the front of your hip. Just holding your foot at the back. You can tuck your pelvis slightly, bring your coccyx forward, just to get a bit more stretch and also to protect your lower back. Good, it's a really great way to open up the channels here. Give it another little shake out. And then place that foot down, and we're just going to check in. Is there a difference between your right and your left now? Can you notice? Feels different. Mine feels much wider. And this leg feels like it needs a bit of attention. So bringing your focus onto the foot that you've been working on, to the leg you've been working with. And again, just as if you're growing roots down into the ground. And then picking up the other foot and starting to shake that out. Creating space in between your toes, your ankle, your lower leg. Shake your calf off. Get some energy there. It's a really great thing to do every day, but also if you're feeling a bit sluggish, just get the energy flowing, energy moving. And coming up into your upper leg, shake off these muscles on the front and the back of your leg. And just bringing a bit of a stretch, so bringing your knee up to your chest. Knee across. And then out to the side, if that's comfortable for you, just to create a bit of space on the inside there. And then as we did the other side, bringing your foot to the back. And I find it useful just to really draw my head up to the ceiling, just to create a lot of length in my spine, helps you balance. And then tucking your coccyx under, tucking your coccyx forwards, a bit more space in the front. And releasing that down, giving it a shake. Shaking up the other leg, did all the holding there. Good, and just notice how you feel. And just to bring a little bit more attention to these hips, place your hands on your hips, and we're going to do some small circles. Small circles one way. Just have your feet just a little bit wider than hip distance. Good balance. And just as if you're drawing circles with your coccyx, the circles are getting bigger. Good. Just see how much movement you can feel. Really, when you're coming forward, really try and tuck your coccyx under. This just protects your lower back. Just engage your core. And then we're going to go back the other way. Starting with these big circles. And then coming into these smaller circles. And then coming back to center. And now we're going to just to really bring some movement into your lower back here. We're going to do like we were just now. Bring your coccyx as if your coccyx comes to meet your nose. And then bring your coccyx backwards as if it's trying to meet the wall behind you. So just bring your, so like you're swinging your coccyx backwards and forwards. And even if it's a tiny, tiny, tiny movement, that's absolutely fine. If it's just a millimeter backwards and forwards, that's great. It's just to bring a bit of focus and attention into that into your lower vertebrae. Just to ease it up gently. When your coccyx comes forwards, really engaging your core forwards on when it's coming back, just allowing it to create a bit more space in the front, and then again engaging your core, bringing your coccyx forward. And like I said, it can be a very small movement. Just good to move now. going to do some circles with your coccyx. So bringing your coccyx forwards like we were doing. And now I'm going to bring it forwards, but to the left. And then all the way to the left. And then to the back right, to the right, to the right, to the front. So again, these circles might be very small. I don't know if you can even see in this camera, but we're just creating circles with your coccyx. Your hands are on your hips. So your hips, you're not moving your hips around, your waist is staying still. We're just moving your coccyx around to the left, around to the right, to the front. I'm going to do this 9 times altogether. Really engage in your core, bringing your coccyx up to meet your nose in the front and coming back around. We call this rinsing the pelvis because it's actually giving it really good, not only are we helping this area, but we're bringing a lot of energy to this area. And wherever you bring energy, you bring movement. So if there's any stagnation here, it's really good at shifting it. It's great for anybody who wanted to focus on their lower burner today. Just gentle, small circles with your coccyx. And when you've done 9, you're going to come back to the center. And now we're going to just go back to that swimming, bring your coccyx up to your nose, to the back of the wall, to your nose. Just bring your coccyx forwards and backwards. Good, coming back to center. Now I'm going to go the other way. Bring your coccyx forwards and then to the right. And then to the back, to the left. Again, just making very small circles. We're not moving our hips in circles like we were doing earlier. We're just moving your coccyx. And again, we're going to do 9 circles to the right. I don't know about you guys, but it's all getting very hot around here. Definitely working, engaging these muscles, bringing a lot of energy to the area. Just bringing a lot of heat. This is great if you have any menstrual problems. This exercise of rinsing the pelvis is really good at getting things moving, warming things up. And it can also, if you do this a lot, like we're just saying it a few times now, but if you did this a lot, like 30 times each day, then you'll probably start to notice you might get some, like a bit of like out of cycle bleeding or something like that, and that's completely normal because it's just clearing away like all that, anything like that, just clearing it away. So it's actually a really great thing to do on a regular basis. Okay, so when you've done your 9, again, we're going to come back to the center. And I'm going to do coming forwards and backwards again, just to help lengthen the spine. You can really try and lift your head up to the ceiling and feel that length as your coccyx comes forwards, your head lifts up, stretching out the spine. Good. Okay, hope you guys found that as useful as I did. And I'm going to come up a little bit higher and we're going to try and get into this rib cage. So starting to swing from side to side, just bring your shoulders, keeping your hips facing forwards, and just bring your shoulders from side to side and let your arms just dangle and just follow your shoulders and start to look over each shoulder with your head. Just creating more space in between your vertebrae. And again, your coccyx can sink down, your head can rise up to the ceiling, up to the sky. And imagine your vertebrae like a string of pearls. Okay, now we can get the hips involved. Relax your knees and your hips. Just letting your whole body swing. You might feel a little bit of crunching, a little bit of cracking. Completely normal. Feeling everything moving. This is a wonderful way to tone your side body. When you've had enough, you can just come back to the center. Just gently let your arms unfold. And again, bring your head up to the ceiling, coccyx down to the ground. I'm just going to close your eyes for a moment, just to let everything settle. Just take your mind's eye into your body and notice how you feel now. Good. Let's get a little bit higher. Bring your arms out to the side. Reach to the walls. Really try and open the chest, and now try and reach your arms, the back of your hands, to the wall behind you. Try and open your chest. And bring your hands forwards as if you're hugging yourself. Round the spine. Bring your chin to your chest. Open the back body. I'm going to do this a few times. Open your chest. Bring your hands to the wall behind you. If you want, you can lift your chin slightly. Take a few deep breaths in this position. And then bringing your hands forwards. Cross them over the other way. Bring your chin to your chest. Just create this stretch from your back body. And again, opening up, as if you're unfurling your wings. Open up wide. Take some deep breaths. And then closing, bring your chin to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Good, bring your hands to your side, have a little shake out. And now I'm going to stretch the side body in a really gentle way. So just bringing one hand up to the ceiling, and then as you take an inhale, lifting your hand up, and as you exhale, just lift your hand up even a little bit further. And then you're going to, this same foot that as the hand that's reaching up to the ceiling, that is going to reach down to the earth. So it's like you're pushing down with your foot, lifting up with your hand, just creating a bit more movement in the side body here. Now really on the exhale, pushing both ways. You can let the other ear come to the shoulder if that's comfortable. Reaching up. Good, bring your hand down. I'm going to do it on the other side, so reaching the other hand up to the ceiling. On the exhale, lifting up a little bit higher. And then again, we're going to reach down with your foot, pushing down into the earth with your foot, and the hand is going to reach up to the ceiling. You can rest your head on the other shoulder. comfortable. Just create space on your side body. Good, bring your hands down. Rotate your shoulders forwards, upwards and backwards. And then the other way, backwards, forwards, and backwards, upwards and forwards. That's it. And then shake out your hands. Start with one hand. Just imagine more space is being created, your hands loosening up, your wrist is loosening, the energy is flowing, coming into your lower arm. Release the muscles of your lower arm, into your upper arm. Good, and just take some nice big circles with this hand. Just really getting into the rib cage, into the side body. Lift up your energy. Take some deep breaths. Good. And doing the other way, backwards, upwards and forwards. A few times. Good. And really starting to feel that when we don't use parts of our body, they really start to get stiff. So yeah, I'm sure everybody's in the same boat. So just trying to do all the crazy motions every single day. Keep things moving. Coming to the other hand, shake it off. Create space between your fingers, your wrist, your lower arm. Really shake off those muscles. All crazy movements. Upper arm. And then bringing that movement into the whole arm. Bring your hand forwards, upwards and backwards. Really create space. Stretch out the muscles of the shoulder joint. Good. That feels nice for me. Hope it feels good for you. And going the other way. It's the way that I usually do, so it feels awkward. But it's good to get into those muscles. Good. And have another shake. Shake it out. A really nice way to do this is just to have relaxed feet, knees and hips, and just bob at the knees and create a little shake in the whole body. If you want to have a sigh or a few sighs, any noises want to come out, it's always a good time just to let them out. It's a good time to release anything you don't want to hold on to anymore. Just let it go. I'm trying my darnest to clear out old stuff at the moment, so this feels good. Getting rid of old things, creating more space, letting the energy flow in my home. And I know it affects my mind, so that's always a nice thing to look forward to. Okay, so now we're just going to do a little bit more kind of opening up the chest. You're going to bring your hands forwards and backwards, but we're going to lead with the little finger. With the thumb. We're going to lead with the thumb. So the thumb comes up to the top and then it comes up to the back of the wall like this. Okay, so just swinging, have a little bob in your knees, bring your hands forwards and backwards. Such a good way to lift your energy, open the chest. Inhale as your hands go back and release it. Exhale as they go forward. Opening on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Good, and coming back to center when you're ready, letting your legs relax. Good. And now I'm going to do a quick check-in. Just go from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, and just notice how you feel now. Okay, great. I'm going to brush off. I know my head's feeling a bit left out, but we're going to come back to that in a minute. Brush down. Good. how is everybody feeling? How are we all doing? So we're going to focus a little bit now on our middle burner, and we're going to do very similar to what we were doing with our sacrum, with our coccyx. We're going to bring our attention to this middle area here. So much happens. Yeah, Lynn's feeling a bit zingy. Yeah, good. Hopefully that's a good zingy. Okay, so we are just taking our attention to this middle burner. And you can do this with your eyes kind of lowered, your eyes closed. We're going to do similar like we did with our coccyx. We're going to create circles. So you can imagine that your middle burner here, as if you've got like a ball of light there. And we're going to move this ball of light in circles. So this is an amazing way to get energy flowing into this area and help our digestive organs. So letting your hips relax, putting your head up to the ceiling, up to the sky above you, letting your coccyx sink down, and it just creates more space in your vertebrae. You can do this cross-legged or kneeling, or whatever feels comfortable, or even sitting on a chair is absolutely fine. And you can imagine there's a ball of light in this middle burner area. And I'm going to take this ball forward, and then to the left, and then to the back, and then to the right, and then forward. So creating these circles. So we can start off very small. It can literally just be a few millimeters each way, or it can be really big, full circles, whatever feels good. So just starting gently forward, to the left, to the back, to the right. Just creating circles with this ball of light. Just notice if it's easier in certain places. And again, we're going to do it 9 times to the left. Just feeling your way around. It might not be a perfect circle, just going into the spaces that feel good for you. And when you've done your 9 circles, you're going to come back to the center and just close your eyes. It's comfortable for you. And just notice how you feel now. Now I'm going to prepare to go the other way. So sinking coccyx down, lifting head up to the ceiling. Your vertebrae is very spacious. And now we're going to take this ball of light that's in your middle burner, bringing it forward, to the right, to the back, to the left, and forward. And again, these circles can be literally millimeters, or they can be large. Whatever feels nice. Like I said, the circles don't have to be perfect circles. Just going into what feels nice. Coming back to the center when you've done your 9 circles. And again, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze and just having a moment and scan your body. Great. While we're sitting on the floor, we're going to do a few twists and just to really, again, get into this space. So you can do this with the legs outstretched, and just lifting up your head to the ceiling. I'm going to bring your right leg towards you, to your body, like this, and just squeezing your knee into your chest. And then, if this feels good, you're going to lift up your right hand and bring it behind you, and then taking your left hand and wrapping it around your right knee, and then again bringing your knee up to your chest, straightening your spine, and then turning your head to the right. Let me show you what that looks like on the other side. Bring your right knee up to your chest, bring your right hand up and back, and then wrapping your left hand around your knee. And so if this feels good, then great. If that feels like enough of a stretch, or you can turn your head over your right shoulder. And if you want even more of a stretch, you can bring your right foot to the other side of your left knee. And then this just opens up a little bit more, if that feels nice, but just do whatever feels like enough of a stretch for you. And just take some deep breaths in this position. Again, we're just like, so as if we're like wringing out the spine, getting the energy flowing. Great for your nervous system. Also find these twists really amazing if you're feeling stressed or frustrated. Really good for your to get the energy flowing. Help clear your mind. Good, I'm going to do a counter twist. So we're going to come to the front and then over to the left, just to do this counter pose. Stretch the other way. Bringing your foot down in front, both feet together, lifting up your head. And then we're going to bring your left knee to your chest. And then lifting up your left arm, stretching it over and back. And then taking your right arm and wrapping around your left and hugging your left knee into your chest. Just show you what that looks like this side. And again, your coccyx down towards the ground, your head's up towards the sky. And then looking over, if it's comfortable, looking over your left shoulder. Taking some breaths there. You can also do more of a stretch, bringing your left foot to the other side of your right knee. And again, hugging your knee into your chest. And then turning towards the left. And taking a few deep breaths in this position. And when you're ready, lifting up and coming over to the right side, just doing this counter posture, leaning over to the right. Bring your feet back together, meet each other, lifting up your body. And then we're just going to come forward from your lower abdomen, so like from your lower back, just coming forward. And you might be able to bring your body, your nose to your knees, or you might just be able to lift slightly up and forward, just to create space on the back of your legs. Flex your feet. Good. Now coming back, bring your knees up to your chest, lifting and pulling them towards you. Then I'm going to let the knees go down by the side of you. to wherever feels comfortable for you. So you could have your feet right out in front, or your feet really close to you, whatever feels nice. And then again, just you can place your hands on your ankles and then just straightening the spine. And then you can lean forward and put your elbows into your knees just to see if you can create a little bit more space on the inside of your hips. Keeping your spine straight. Nice, bring your legs out in front of you. And we're going to do like what we did last time. We're going to do like wind screen wipers with your feet, bringing your toes towards each other and away, like this. And just loosening up. Again, it just helps loosen up the hips. And so really the motion comes from the top of the hips and the feet just follow. Your toes are coming towards each other and away. It's helping these hips that work so hard. Good. Okay, I think it's time for point of the week. Let's have a look. The point of the week today is one of my faves. Where is it? No, not that one. Here it is. Here we go. Large intestine 10. It is such a great point. It's amazing if you've got any problems in the arm or the elbow. Really wonderful if you've got abdominal pain, and it's the most tonifying point on the large intestine channel. So it helps with abdominal pains for that reason, the fact that it's on this large intestinal channel. And how to find it, like the easiest way to find it, I find, is if you, let me just show you. If you bend your arm, and then where you have the crease, it's just 2 thumbs width below the crease. So on the outside of the arm, right at the top here, where you have the crease, if you go too soon, which is 2 thumbs width down, and then just move your hand down a little bit. So it's not on the top ridge, it's just below that ridge. Here is large intestine 10. I'll show it to you again. Large intestine 10 is the red dot, which is 2 thumbs width below the crease. Yeah, Basti says it's generally painful in most people. It can be, and actually mine is quite tender today. So just giving this a chance to work its magic. You can hold this point, closing your eyes, or lowering your gaze, and just holding this point. You're just going to imagine the energy flowing down your arm. You press this point. Imagine this tonifying effect of the large intestine. 10. Find it really calming, like a very calming point. And also they call it the arm 3 miles. This means, this has got a lot to do with, I'm actually going to read it out of this book, because I love this book. The name suggests this point's ability to build up physical strength and endurance. So it literally means 3 units on the arm, referring to its location 3 units below the bony point. Basically, it's very good at building up your energy, building up your physical energy. So this tonifying aspect of the point. And it's quite interesting, actually. The large intestinal channel starts at the side of your nose. It starts, let me show you. It starts, it actually finishes, sorry. Got it the wrong way around. It finishes just at the edge of your nose here. And it's so interesting. As I'm pressing this point, I could feel it like clearing my sinuses there. So that's quite funny. And then just work the other side, finding this point, just 2 thumbs width below this crease, elbow crease. And then it's just, if you find the ridge, you could just find it by going down 1 space. And again, just having a moment, press this point, press the point on the other side. Notice if it has any effects. Good, so this is a great point to press if you've got any abdominal issues. It really helps get things moving. Not only does it tonify, it also helps move things. Yeah, it's interesting. Lynn says the right side is more tender, and that can be completely true for all of us. One side you'll feel more than the other. Yeah, it's absolutely, Jean. Yeah, it's very, very good for your stamina. And as Basti says, it's similar to, we've got a point called stomach 36 on your legs, and it's very interesting that they have this connection. They're both very tonifying, so good ones to remember. Okay, so how's everybody feeling? Ready to get up? Let's do some doing. So you can start this sitting down if you prefer, because we're doing a lot of standing. We're going to start with the top this time, so pressing in from the front of the head, pressing in all along. It's this bladder channel that runs either side of the midline of the head. And then we can work the side channels. So using the palms, just squeezing your palms together as if they're meeting in the middle. Just a very relaxed way to create space around the head. Nourished. And do this a few times, or as many as feels nice. And then we're going to work across the forehead, doing some tapping, starting from the midline and working our way out. And then we're going to squeeze the eyebrows, so bringing your fingers to the midline, and again working your way out to the sides. Just relax that brow. Loosen up the muscles. And give your face permission to relax. Good, wipe it away. And I'm going to come to the temples and just rotate your middle fingers here, forwards, upwards and backwards. Again, just making sure these muscles are relaxed. Bringing these circles low down, the top of the jaw here. Feel all these bones, all these connections around your jaw. And coming down this line here, just down the jawline. Make sure it's very relaxed. This has a very strong and powerful connection with your hips. So it's almost like the more relaxed your jaw can be, the more relaxed your hips can be. Just getting into any bits of tension, massaging it away, coming down the jaw, pressing right to the middle. I'm going to go back, starting from the top, and do that 3 times. Just massaging down this jawline, pressing around here. Good, now we're going to come to the sinuses. So we've got 1 point, that's on the stomach point. It's just below, if you're looking forward, just below your pupils. Got these stomach points, which are really great for your sinuses. So pressing down, I'm using my middle finger, just pressing down, coming underneath the bone here, cheekbone, and going back to the top, pressing down. And then we can do it from the sides of, from your nose, and then pressing. I use these two fingers, pressing away from the midline. And I know last time we did a class together, I was talking about this left-right meditation. And this is when I find this technique very useful, because a lot of us get like bunged up sinuses. It makes you feel heavy. It makes it hard to think clearly. So I use this technique then. We can do it just for a few moments. It's just pressing into my sinuses, and then I'll be taking my attention from one hand to the other. So from the right hand to the left hand. And what I want to do is like create this movement of energy between my hands. Wherever you take your attention, that's where your energy flows. So you don't have to think about that too much. It's just wherever you take your attention, your energy will follow. So just take your attention from your right hand to your left hand whilst pressing your sinuses. It's a really nice way to clear them. Go from the right to your left, to your right, to your left, to your right, to your left, and start to speed up. Good, and slow back down again, right, left, right, and left. So you can give that a go. See if it feels nice. In the mornings, especially. Then pressing down from this point, which was, I said, where the large intestine finishes, then coming diagonally down across the face to meet this SCM muscle, and then we're going to squeeze the SCM muscle. So let's just check in. How is it? Is it nice and relaxed? So got a bit of tension or holding. Nice. And then the other side. Brushing it down. I'm going to work the back of the neck. So you can squeeze from the top all the way down. Massaging it, making sure the blood flow is going. When it's tight, it can really affect your head, giving headaches. So just making sure this neck is relaxed on both sides, like this. Then we can use this same technique across the shoulders, so starting close to the neck, just lifting it up, lifting and squeezing this muscle here, both sides. Then we can really get into our doing, okay? So around the back, neck, shoulder, coming up to the chest. So you can use your flat hand, you can use a slightly like a loose fist, if that's nicer. Whatever feels good for you. So opening up into the chest, and then we're going to get down the inside, up the outside. We're going to meet large intestine 10 on the way up, and across the chest, down the inside. And you can play around with which where you want to work on today. I'm going to use this large intestine channel on the back, forward. Good, and coming over to the other side, opening up into the other side of the chest, front of the arm, and up the back of the arm, over the shoulder, to the chest. Do this 3 times. Good, and when we've done that, just coming back into the chest, activating it. You can use your fingers on your sternum. And across your chest, underneath your collarbone. Coming down the sides of your body. And I'm going to stand up. If you've got somebody in the room with you, you can do each other's backs. If not, we're just going to, as far as we can, down the back line, coming down the sides, and then we're going to come into your legs. So working the sides, just check in with these big muscles, these big glutes, down, right down the side, and down a few lines, midline here, around, and then finishing with either side of the sacrum. Work down the front now we're going to do this. We're going to work down the front and we're going to come up the back. So working over feels nice. You can choose which lines. Down and then come up the back of your legs. Again, we'll do this 3 times. Down the front and up the back. And now we're going to do the outside. I'm going to do the seams. So go down the outside and then up the inside. So 3 times. Up inside. Keeping the knees soft and bent as you go down. Inside. And just brushing it off. And then we're going to come to the feet. So just bringing one foot in front of you, and we're going to massage the bottom of your feet. You can also hold the foot with one hand and use the other hand with a soft fist to also do doing on the bottom of your foot. This is quite nice. Just working into any areas that feel good. And then massaging the ball of the foot. So just where the toes meet the foot, really pressing in there, giving them a much deserved massage. And then use your thumbs from the inside to work towards the outside, from the midline, outside, just create a bit of space. We can do that all the way. So as you know, the famous kidney 1 point, just in the mid-center of your foot, just behind the ball of your foot, and pressing into kidney 1. And again, it's a really nice point that you can just hold and really imagine your body being very grounded. And then pressing around the heel. Good. Coming over to the front of the foot and pressing in between the toes. Stretching out your toes. Good. Coming to the other side. Again, you can hold one foot in one hand and dough in with the other. You can just rest it on the floor. You can use 2 hands. And then we're going to come to the top of the foot here, just pressing in, just where the toes meet the foot. Pressing in from the midline to the outside, to create space between your toes. Coming to the famous kidney 1 point, very nice and grounding. Pressing around your heel. And then coming to the top of the foot, pressing in between your toes, stretching out your toes. Giving it a squeeze. Good. So how is everybody? How's everybody doing? And now we've worked from the top to the bottom. I'm just going to have a moment just to close your eyes. And we're going to do another scan. And just notice how you feel now. And then just check in with our lower burner, just placing your hands just below your navel. And then your middle burner. And then the upper burner. Good, and just notice if it feels any different from the beginning, and if there's any of those exercises that worked for you, you can give them a go a little bit more often and in your own time. And now we've got a few minutes left, so we'll do a wee bit of breath work. You know, I love my breath work, and if anybody is interested in doing more breath work, we've got a retreat coming up in Morocco. Just send us a message, we can let you know more about that. And our next retreat in Morocco is in next April. So we've got one in a few weeks, and the next one is in April. So plenty of time to plan. So just coming in, relaxing to your body. I'm going to start doing what we always do, which is just quickly checking in with a lower, middle, and upper. Breathing into your lower abdomen. Taking a few breaths there. You can place your hands over there if you like. Now bring your hands to the sides of your ribs, okay? And just as you breathe in, feel your rib cage opening out to the sides and the front. And imagine breathing out into your back body. Just really get those ribs working. Create more space. The more space you have, more air, more oxygen is coming into your body, nourishing your body. Always a good thing. And now bring your hands to the top of your chest, just below your clavicle. And again, breathing into this area, really allowing these full breaths coming into your body. As you breathe in, it pushes your hands away. Good, and we're just going to do a few rounds of just breathing into all of three spaces at the same time, into your lower, your middle, and your upper. Breathing into these spaces at the same time, as if it's like a balloon. So everything's expanding and everything's contracting. So taking a few breaths like this. Inhale and exhale. So if you're breathing in fresh energy into your body, and exhale, releasing anything you no longer want, anything that's no longer serving you. Just these smooth, deep breaths. One breath can merge into the other, so you're no longer holding or pausing on the inhale or exhale. Just creating like this circular breathing. Let's do this for one more minute. It's a great practice to help bring you into your body. Wonderful. So coming into your own breath, into whatever feels good for you, having a little wipe down and shake down. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Somebody else running the class next week. But have a wonderful week, and if you have any questions or any queries, don't hesitate to get in touch. Take care. I'm going to pop a heart in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. So wonderful to see you, and thank you so much for Basti for holding it down in the chat, and we will see you again soon.